Greetings everyone, this is episode 120. In this video I'll be detailing some stowage for the Thunder Models LRDG truck, and in this I'll be using two brand new products from AK Interactive. Folks, you'll remember that in the previous video I modified some resin stowage from Resi Cast, added some photo etch, some scratch build, and it is now time to paint and detail these fine pieces. Now there's quite a lot happening in this video, so please bear with me. First we'll arrange the stowage pieces in the truck load bed. I'll pre-shade and paint some wooden crates and tarps. And guys, then I'll be using a brand new product from AK Quick Gen, and I'll be using these as filter colors. I'll be creating wood grain effects with some oils, and then finally I'll be using AK Precision Panel Liner. Guys, and speaking of the latter, these are really fine panel liners. This is definitely something I'm going to be using in future. Supernova Studio currently has a special, a promotion on this. If you use the promo code Panel Liner Promo, you will get a 10% discount of any of these colors. You can see there's quite a lot of them. I can see these being very popular with aircraft modelers, armor modelers, and these are really worthwhile looking at. So do make use of this opportunity. Now on to the build. Guys, to paint the truck bed, I basically followed the same procedure as I did with the cab. You remember in episode 115 I did that. So some metallic colors, some rust colors, and over this of course goes the chipping medium, and then UK Light Stone, the base color. And of course this is applied with my Harder and Steenbeck airbrush. So following the exact same procedure, there's our base coat going on. Before this I of course applied some Vallejo chipping medium. So after painting the truck bed, this is the stowage arranged in the preliminary position. Now guys, I ended up making a few changes to this. The main being adding that wheel, a set of very nice resin wheels that Thunder Models included in their kit. And it was just a question of arranging things, going back and forth, using all those really nice Resi Cast stowage pieces. So once I was happy with the layout of this, I could proceed and add a little bit more detail. Now one of the things I wanted to do was add this extra top. There were some gaps on the wooden crates, and I wouldn't be able to recreate the wooden texture on that. Nice thing of course about Milliput is it can be sanded down, and once this was done, the usual procedure of adding my Mr. Hobby primer coat, and that's the result. So I'm happy with this, and I can now move on to pre-shading. For this I'm using white from Vallejo Model Air. This is applied with the Harder and Steenbeck airbrush, guys, and this is such a great airbrush for really detailed precision work like this. These products are brand new from AK Interactive. These paint sets, they are available on the Supernova Studio website. And guys, I think this will be of particular interest to miniature painters, gaming enthusiasts, and basically these are intended for speed painting. So if you're in the miniature paint scene, these will definitely interest you. However, I believe that what works for orcs and goblins will also work for military models. To apply these paints, I'll be using these quality brushes from Rubloff, imitation mongoose bristle brushes. So no actual mongooses were harmed during the making of these brushes. This is a particularly interesting one for those hard to reach places inside your dioramas. Now, I think most gaming and miniature painters will be familiar with this. There are 3 colors included in every box, and this is important. Priming in white is recommended, so you'll need your pre-shading. Guys, if you do invest in these, also get the medium, the AK Quick Gen medium. In my case, I used ordinary Vallejo airbrush thinner, which worked very well, but it's a good idea just to invest in the correct type of thinner. So this is one of the ways of applying that paint, and guys, you really can't beat this for applying very subtle colors to your models. You can see there, brush painted and a very nice color effect. So this is one way of doing this. However, my pre-shading has a lot of contrast in it, and I have something else in mind. So on to my usual method of working. You can see I applied some pre-shading to these crate parts as well. And first I'm going to apply a base color of wood. Now this is carefully sprayed in layers so as not to kill the pre-shading. And the same goes on those visible crates on the stowage block, that huge block of resin. Carefully applying those wooden shades. And with a base color applied, also some highlight and shadow colors. And I do this by diluting or adding some darker and lighter colors to the wood color. There's the shadow colors going on, the darker wooden shade. For the next step, I'll be using this Rubloff number 4 brush, and I'll be applying a wood grain wash. Now, this one is from MIG Productions, but you can use any one of your choice. You can see the wood wash for wood from MIG Productions, just to bring out that nice wood grain. So this is one of the preliminary steps. You can see there, very effective in bringing out that wooden grain. So with this done, let's start trying out some of these AK Quick Gen paints. Now you can see there, applying this in a thinned format, guys, that really brings out that wooden color. You can see that really the colors are starting to really pop on those wooden boxes. And I think really this is going to change the way that I filter my paint colors. With this done, the next step is some dry brushing using German camouflage beige, my color of choice for this. This is of course applied with a Vallejo dry brush, and I started adding some more of that AK Quick Gen color. You can see the more the product you apply, the more vivid the colors become. So really this gives you an infinite number of color variations that you can do. Next, I need to start painting and detailing the additional visible stowage pieces, the tops. And the question is, will this work with an airbrush, these AK paints? Let's find out. The crates have been masked, and to start off, I'll be using these two colors, khaki and desert yellow from Vallejo. These are applied to the tops themselves, gradually building up the color so as not to kill the pre-shading. And I use two colors just for some visual variety. You can see there, adding some shadow colors, some highlight colors. Doing the same on the khaki tops. Next up is the filtering, and you recall that I used these express color filters in video 118. It's difficult to see what the actual color is, so I would recommend just do a little layout on a piece of white paper, see what the actual color is before you apply it to your model. So some of the AK color going on there, some khaki, just on those khaki tops. You can see the color; it makes the color really vivid. Let's use some desert sand on the yellow top, again adding some ordinary airbrush thinner just to really thin that down. That will go into my airbrush. And again guys, some beautiful rich colors coming out when you add this to your tops. The cool thing of course is if you do miss a spot with your airbrush, just use a brush and touch up those little spots. So these are the tops painted. And you can see that the colors are almost matched now. After all that filtering, you really have an infinite number of colors available with these AK and Vallejo paints. So that's the masking removed. And the next step will be to paint these small detail pieces that are still visible in our stowage. For this, I'll be using the detail brush from Rubloff, number 1 size brush. And of course my Red Grass Games wet palette. Using some Vallejo color there to paint that helmet, gradually building up the color on that helmet, not rushing things, using a steady hand, And the same on these goggles. I got some reference pictures online of the actual World War II British goggles issued to troops in the 1940s. Guys, and a tip, if you want to keep your brushes in a good shape, do invest in these two products from Vallejo, Brush Cleaner and Brush Restorer. It will go a long way into preserving your brushes. Some final detail using my AK paint markers, adding some chip paint to the edge of that Brody helmet, World War II metal helmet. And these are such versatile tools to have in your modeling toolkit. These markers from AK. People complain sometimes that the tips are too thick, but guys, if you've got a steady hand, you're light on the tip, you can really do some very detailed work with these paint markers. I don't really buy the whole argument of these markers, the tips being too thick. Some more detailing on these jerry cans, also from ResiCast. Next are the plywood covers for the radio enclosures, and the best method here was using my uptailing oil set, using two colors there and a hard stippling brush. Guys, and this just takes some practice. I'm not perfect with this yet, but I was able to get a decent looking result using my oil paint. Just some patience required. Practice makes perfect, and I was actually quite thrilled with that. So there's the wooden covers for those radio enclosures. The thing about oils, of course, it takes a while to dry, so these are actually still on my desk, just giving it proper time to dry fully. There are the traditional washes, either acrylic or enamel. And then there are the new generation products from AK Interactive, these being the precision panel liners. Guys, there's a variety of colors available, and the main feature is the super fine applicator in the cap. Just look at that. Now, you might be familiar with these products from Tamiya. We all know and love them. You can see their AK has an even finer tip and a longer applicator. Cleanup is done with odorless thinner, preferably use the AK one, and let's see how this product works. So this is one of the tires, the spare tire, and I'd like to bring out some of the detail on the rim itself. So using a little bit of the product. This is a very thin type of liner, and you can see that just merely touching that, there we go. How cool is that? That super fine applicator. And I can see this being very popular with aircraft modelers. These bolt heads, just look at that. So easy. That fine tipped applicator really doing its job. One of the tricks I found out is to use a little bit of odorless thinner, just moisten the surface, and you'll see there that the panel liner just goes on smoother. So one of the top tips I can give you. Very light hand is required for this. And that's the final result. Loving that. And definitely a product I'll be using again in future. So guys, there is the current state of progress. The stowage has been completed. And happy with the results. And next I can start detailing the body as well as the cab sections, applying that camouflage color. But really happy with this, and guys, two great new products from AK Interactive, and I can definitely see myself using this again in future, especially for filtering my model colors. Just a reminder that this fine kit from Thunder Models is currently on discount. If you use the promo code THUNDER, you will get a 10% discount off any of the Thunder model vehicle kits at Supernova Studio. Guys, these come highly recommended, and do make use of the opportunity while stocks last. This then wraps up video 120. Guys, on Instagram, I do some frequent updates there, also some historical background on some of the pieces, so do give me a follow there. Thank you for watching.